Alright, today I want to talk about something interesting because, it's been going around the MMA world or whatever, and it's about, like, Dana White, the UFC, and everybody. They want to set up a Anthony Pettis versus Jose Aldo super fight, right? Now, I'm going to start off with this because I don't like watching predictions and they just talk about a bunch of nothing, right? My personal opinion, so don't get mad, but I believe Jose Aldo is afraid of Anthony Pettis, so let me tell you why. Originally, this fight was supposed to start. We all know Pettis gets injured a lot or whatever, right? So that's why it didn't happen. But I feel like even if Pettis didn't get injured, Aldo would have pulled out to some excuse, you know what I'm saying? Because he just defeated Ricardo Lamas in a pretty boring fight, I'm just going to be honest. But right after he defeats him, right, I'm watching the press conference with Jose Aldo and Dana White, and that whole press conference was based on Anthony Pettis, if you saw it. And it's like they would ask him questions about Anthony Pettis, and he would answer them, but he looked like he's frustrated. What are you frustrated for if you're in a fight game and that's who they want your opponent to be? You guys say it's all about the fans, and why are you getting aggravated when you hear about Anthony Pettis? And it doesn't even look like a mean aggravated. It looks like a scared aggravated, like you don't want to talk about it because you know Anthony is probably watching, you know? So Dana White and these guys at the press conference, they asked Aldo, he seemed like he was up to the idea. He's like, sure, me and Pettis, we can do this, I'm ready. So I'm like, yeah, you guys finally about to give the fans what they want to see, you know what I mean? And then, who asked him? Somebody, no, Anthony Pettis actually called Dana White, you know? Like, all right, let's go. See, that's what I like. Anthony Pettis is about his business and he's ready to fight. He called Dana White and was like, let's go, I'm ready to fight Aldo. Meanwhile, Aldo's like, I'll fight Pettis. And the next minute, like, oh, I still have to clear out 145. Dude, you beat everybody. You beat Chad Mendes. What the hell you got to do? Chad Mendes will destroy all those featherweights, man. And you already beat him. You have nothing else to prove at 145. Just bring your ass up and go fight, man, for real. And it's crazy because I'm thinking it's all set and done. 2 days later, I go on MMA Junkie, all these other MMA websites. Oh, they want a catchweight fight. That doesn't make sense to me. You want a catchweight fight against the champion at 155 when you say you were going to vacate your title and go to 155. So catchweight, you don't lose championship belts. So that's like saying, I'm just saying, you know you're going to lose to Pettis, but you don't want to lose a belt. You know what I'm saying? Because if you lose a belt, you already vacated your 145-pound title, and you had a chance at the 155-pound title, and now you're not champion because Pettis beat you. It's just my opinion. Like it kind of makes sense though. You guys can't lie about that. A catchweight fight, let's say you beat Pettis, so you did catchweight. He's still the champion at 155, which makes no sense because you just beat the champion. I don't believe in catchweight fights. I'm just being honest. It's either you want to fight him or you don't, man. I'm Team Pettis. I'm gonna be honest, but this is not me being biased or anything like that. I just think Pettis is too new school for him, you know. Aldo has been fighting one-dimensional guys. Except Chad Mendes, because now Chad Mendes knocks everybody out and wrestles. Like Ricardo Lamas, he's just a boring fighter, like Conor McGregor said. I'm just being honest. Chad Mendes was his toughest test, and I feel like Aldo cheated by grabbing the fence, so I don't care. I'm not even considering that as a win. I think Chad Mendes will destroy you. And he beat, a few other guys. Frankie Edgar, alright, I'll give him his credit for that. He beat Edgar, and Edgar's tough. I actually thought Edgar was going to win that fight, but he beat Edgar, so I'll give him his credit for that. And, most of these guys were good in one area that Aldo's faced. Pettis is at the 155 division destroying people. That is a much tougher weight class than the 145. And not only that, if you want to compare their striking, sure, Aldo has great leg kick. Anthony Pettis has great leg kick. Aldo has good punches. Anthony Pettis has good punches. So they're both even right there. Here's the difference, though. Pettis is more tricky. He has a more tricky style than Aldo. He can do more than Aldo can do. Way more. And his submissions are better, and he does not gas out. Now compare all of that. I just gave Pettis 3 advantages. More trickier, you know what I mean? Like 2 new school for him, his cardio, and his submissions. Matter of fact, that's 4. You can't say anything more about Aldo that he has over Pettis, because it's really nothing. You can't say power. You can't say anything. Strength. He has good takedown defense. Alright, I'll give him that 1. Pettis can get taken down. Aldo has great takedown defense. So that's 1 versus 4. I don't know, that's my personal opinion, but as far as who will win the super fight, Anthony Pettis hands down. And I doubt he finishes him. He might go to the distance, but if he finishes him, I won't be surprised if he submitted Aldo. I don't know about knockout. I don't think Aldo is going to be getting knocked out no time soon. But alright, thank you guys. This was just my predictions. Again, my opinion, so don't go off on me.